What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Magnum West here, and today we're going to be covering a broad topic of new releases, updates to figures that I've already discussed, and kind of going over some general information regarding action figures and some new stuff that has come out. And as always, if you guys like these kinds of videos and stuff, make sure to drop a like, share, and sub, as I always upload videos like this, and also other things like reviews and just a lot of action figure content in general. And make sure you check out the Instagram as well. But without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So, starting here with the oldest news, quote unquote oldest, with social media and everything nowadays, so much information comes out that something that happened a week ago is now old news. But I forgot to talk about it. It's these SH Figure Arts Gamerverse Cyclops, and I almost I woke up from a nap when I saw this news when it first came out, and literally it felt like I was in a fever dream. I could still be there, but I know it sounds maybe a little bit exaggerated, but this is my favorite X Men. This is one of my favorite top three. Now as an adult, definitely top three Marvel characters is Cyclops, and I'm just I like ecstatic about this release. Looks beautiful. It's from my favorite, one of my favorite fighting games. Not my personal favorite, but I love the vibes, the designs of Marvel vs. Capcom. Just everything about this release is amazing. And then also, in case you didn't hear about it, originally Tamashi made a typo and they said this guy was 145 millimeters, which is around 5.7 inches US. Here they updated it and it's 155 millimeters, which is about 6 inches, maybe like 5.9. I'm not too clear on the conversion, but it is taller. And also there's been some misinformation being spread that Tamashi is updating the size. No, it's a typo. They didn't listen to the fans. They're not like that. Although I love a lot of Tamashi's figures, you guys have heard. If you guys watched some of my previous videos, you guys know how I feel about some of Tamashi's business practices. But regardless, this is amazing. I've already pre-ordered mine. I got the overseas release, and I will say that he's sold out pretty much everywhere. But he will be going in and out of pre-order from most of these sites, to include but not limited to Hobby Link Japan, Hobby Genki, Nin Nin Game, Ami Ami. Like pretty much all overseas websites are probably going to be having him in and out because this is going to be like a generational release for Tamashi. This is the start of something that could be amazing. I can't wait to see if they do Wolverine, Spider-Man, Magneto, Doctor Doom, like the whole shebang, right? And they do have some Capcom licenses. They do have access to Street Fighter, so who knows? Maybe we'll end up getting some Street Fighter figures in the Gamerverse line as well. But anyways, moving on. Another update is this Majin Vegeta from Black Hole Toys and TK Customs, TK DIY, something like that. But they did provide an update. So pretty much this guy was set to come out in July, and they've already shown. Shout out to Burst ZG for providing these photos. They already have the shipping box. They've already showed it multiple times. Some people are speculating that they might only be sending out this version in July, and the other ones might be coming out in the following months, which would suck. But for me, I pre-ordered this one, so this is amazing. I got mine from Hobby Model Store from AliExpress, so make sure to check them out if you're interested. Here's a little clip of them showing off the articulation. I will say that personally, my only gripe with it is that turn German there for a sec, but my only gripe with it so far is the neck. I think the neck might be a little bit stubby, but honestly, I don't think it's anything ground shatteringly bad. This was also the case for the legendary Super Saiyan Goku, and it's an easy modification. I'll probably make like a short reel on there or something like that, and it'll be an easy fix. So for me, it's not an issue. It's also a third party. It's not official, so I think this thing looks beautiful. I'm definitely already thinking of ways to customize it. I think it looks really good as is, but I know I can make it better myself. So this thing looks beautiful. The sculpt looks great. Everything looks amazing about it. I'm like super hyped. I can't wait for them to get this. Also, while we're here, just real quick, the OC toys. I forgot what they're calling it, but the Vegetos came out. They have the base, Super Saiyan, and God. for whatever reason they didn't do blue Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan Blue. Um, so yeah, these are a couple pictures from them. They have this one. Like, I think the regular and the God are like in these colors, and then the Super Saiyan is in that darker, blue with the yellow. Personally, I prefer this one, but whatever. But yeah, in case you guys are, wanting these, they're all over AliExpress. Hobby Model Store did sell out, so they're not an option. And then again, I never talked about this one. I think the demoniacal fit Gojitas are also coming out probably here within the next couple weeks. If not, for sure by the end of August, they'll probably start shipping out. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Dragon Ball. I don't think there's anything else on here that's really of note that's worth talking about. But yeah, moving on. And then with SDCC that just happened, I think that's happening. I think this weekend is the last. This day, July 6th, Sunday, is the last day of SDCC, and we haven't heard anything crazy. But this from the LA Anime Expo. Um, they showed off. I think the new ones are this Nash. They showed the articulation on Chun Li because before it was just the sculpt, but now they've showed the articulation. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm pretty disappointed. Like I know some people are like, oh, fucking only Gooners care about shit like that. But it's like, dude, that's like Chun Li's signature thing. She has like, exaggerated proportions, exactly like the rest of these characters. Like, I don't know a single human being that looks like this, but it's there, and it's like, I think it looks a little disappointing. And also the skin color that they chose for her, she's like really pale, like a really really pale yellow, and it's like I don't know. I don't really like that. I think they should have just gone with the same shading as Ryu. And I know this isn't the final product, but I'm pretty disappointed because this is like one of my favorite looks for Chun Li, and it doesn't look that great. But then we have the Morgan from Darkstalkers, I think, back there. Whatever this chick's name is, this guy, and then Dan from Alpha 3, which is all these Street Fighter characters. That's where they're from. And then more updated shots of the Sagat. And then I believe this is Lethal Collector that was able to pose it. He posted his pictures. And this is pretty much everything that's new coming out from the Storm Arena and Storm Collectibles, the original line. So definitely a lot of stuff to get hyped about. I'm personally not that big into SNK, so I don't really care about these too much, but they definitely look pretty cool. And if you're into that, you can go ahead and get that. Moving on, we have the Mafex Wolverine reissue, which I mentioned in the last video, so I'll probably put that up here somewhere. But definitely, I just realized this. This roughly translates to about $60 to $62 US. The CT Toys Wolverine brown suit is now $60. Like, that's pretty crazy. And I use mine for fodder. Like, I used it to make a Tiger Stripe CT Toys. So that's pretty crazy that he's pretty much the same price. I would definitely keep your eye on anywhere that has this guy solicited. I know he's not actually dropped yet on here. I would assume that this is going to be pretty accurate. This is probably going to be like, I would really start eyeing this about now because as far as I'm aware, the nature of this reissue was really weird. A lot of people didn't know this reissue was even happening. I got that information from Kaiju Daddy, which is I'm pretty sure he lives in Japan and he gets a lot of information from actual secondhand vendors that get their product directly from Medicom. So I would check out his videos, and then also, like I said, just keep an eye on this. Make sure you're checking it, like I said, about midnight every day, and then in the morning. If you're really really looking for this, if you don't care too much, you can probably just set up your email so that they send you an email. Um, but if you want to get this brown suit Wolverine, I'd say just really keep your eye on this, and then don't pay $60 for a worse version of it, which it is. Don't get me wrong, CT Toys is pretty dope. I like what they're doing, giving people access to these high end figures at a pretty comparable quality also, and just making them more readily available. But I would definitely keep an eye out on this, and yeah, that's pretty much it on that Mayfix Wolverine. And then kind of getting up to things that are coming out soon and have already come out. They just dropped not that long ago. Kyoto posted a story like 2 days ago that this guy officially dropped. So if you were looking for this guy, pay attention to. If you're in California, pay attention to like Toy Arena, Toys in the Box. Usually they get these figures in pretty quick, so I'm sure they'll be getting in the drop here within the next week. So I would definitely keep an eye out. And then I did search this guy from a Google search. It showed that he's pretty much sold out at all the overseas websites. So you're pretty much either gonna have to get them from someone like somebody that's selling it, or you're gonna have to wait for, like I said, a lot of those U.S. vendors to get in their overseas release and then get it that way. Be completely honest, this design is definitely a little bit more heavy, like something that is not something I think I would feel comfortable jumping into. I don't really like the color scheme. It looks kind of weird, and then also the design is a little bit blocky. So I'm not going to be getting this or reviewing it. So, but in case you were interested, he has released already, and yeah. Now another amazing Yamaguchi product, and this one I'm very on the fence about. Like I said, I think I mentioned it in a past video. I'm currently purging my collection, and this is definitely something that I've been keeping my eye on. He is set to release from the official Amazing Yamaguchi website sometime this month. I assume with the recent release of this guy, this guy will probably be releasing sometime near the end of the month, or maybe here within the next couple weeks. But he still is pretty readily available for pre-order. So if you want him, I would say get him, because that the sooner you'll be able to get him in hand. If you wait till he releases, there's a chance that he might sell out, or it's going to take longer because a lot of the pre-orders are going to be going out first. So, um, definitely looks really cool, but it has that Yamaguchi style. It's not like based on the comic books or anything. It's Yamaguchi's own take on Batman Beyond, and it looks pretty cool. Like I said, that paint finish is really what's getting me. That red with the black. I don't know. There's something about it that's very intriguing to me. The bat wings that he has on, like very, how would you say, captivating look. But I don't know if I'm willing to spend $100 on this, and feel comfortable about it, because there's so much stuff coming out that I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one to finalize on. But that's pretty much it. I don't want to bombard you guys with too much information, and I'm trying to work on making my videos a little bit shorter, because I know I don't want to waste your guys' time, and I don't like making the videos that long anyway. But let me know if I missed something. I'll probably include it in the next video that I do, sort of like this one. Let me know if you guys like these videos. If you guys like me to add anything to these videos, or maybe make a complete video just on third party stuff and then one on official. This is all stuff that's on my radar that I kind of care about. That's why I cover it. But if there's something you'd like added, I'm always open to recommendations and criticism as well. But as always, if you guys like the video, make sure to drop a like, share, and sub, as it continues to help grow the channel and helps me bring you guys these videos. And as always, thanks so much for watching. You have a good day. Peace.